Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be ranking one of my favorite all-time bands, one of my all-time favorite bands, there we go, discography. And we're doing Alice in Chains today. This is my favorite grunge band of all time, and as you can see, they don't have anything below a B. That is how consistent this band is. But first off, we're going to start with Facelift. This is near an S. This is an A. This is top of A plus. I love this album, especially the opening tracks of "We Die Young," "Man in the Box," "Bleed the Freak," "Sea of Sorrow." I also really love some of the deeper cuts like "Put You Down," "Sunshine," "It Ain't Like That," "Love Hate Love" is also great too. This is a great album. I almost want to graduate it to perfection, but I'm only doing 2 per tier, so this has to settle at A plus tier because it's like a 95 to a 99. It's near perfection. But next up is Sap. I'm I think I'm gonna give this an A minus just because it's only 5 tracks, and I could argue for a B, but personally, most of this album is amazing. Like Am I Inside, Brother, Got Me Wrong, Right Turn. Even Love Song is pretty interesting. It's kind of just an instrumental fuck around track, but it's still pretty interesting. But next up, though, we get to the big guns. Dirt. This is if you haven't watched my first video, this is one of my old time favorite albums. This is perfection. I love this thing from the opener of Damn That River to the close of Wood. Personal standouts: Angry Chair, Junkhead, Rain When I Die, Sick Man, Godsmack, Ironclad, even that weird instrumental, Hate to Feel, Angry Chair. Trust me, there's still probably more that I just can't remember off the top of my head right now, but pretty much this whole album is just perfection. Oh, and Rooster, too. That is another great song. And somehow they've maintained that on the next EP, Jar of Flies. Released in 1994. A little bit of history for y'all. This was actually released when the band was homeless. Because they were so busy touring, they didn't have time to pay their rent. So they actually recorded this in the studio, and Lane was in and out of rehab. But for as chaotic as this album was to produce, they came out with another, EP technically. It's like 35 minutes, but it's classified as an EP. So as an EP, this is perfection. I love this thing from Rotten Apple to even Swing on This. There's also Whale and Wasp, Don't Follow, No Excuses, Nutshell, which is one of the best songs of all time. Yeah, this thing is just perfection. I love it. I actually own both Dirt and Jar of Flies on CD. That's how much I love this album and this EP. So good. Next up is the self-titled. This is going in A tier. Now, this album was very chaotic to produce because Lane kind of relapsed back on drugs, and it is a very dark and depressing album. I still love songs like Grind, Brush Away, God Am, and Sludge Factory and Frogs is also fantastic as well. This is a great album. It's just not as good as my top 4, which we'll see here in a second, which is going to Black Gives Way to Blue, Facelift, Jar of Flies, and Dirt. Now, Black Gives Way to Blue, this is the first album with William Duvall on vocals. This was released in 2009, about 7 years after Lane's unfortunate death by a heroin overdose. This album This album is actually on par with Facelift, in my opinion. I love this thing from All Secrets Known to the honestly heartbreaking closer of Black Gives Way to Blue. Other personal standouts: Private Hell, Looking in View, Acid Bubble, Check My Brain is also fantastic as well. I love this thing. This is my favorite William Duvall record, and it can hang out with these three. That's how good this is. But next up, The Devil Put Dinosaurs Here. This is going to be. It's not bad. This is still a pretty good record. I still really love songs like Phantom Limb, Hollow, Stone, Voices, even Lab Monkey for a deeper cut's pretty good. But this is where they have their first time in the entire discography where I would say they have a song I don't enjoy with the title track. I just find it very boring and mediocre. It's like a 5 out of 10, but it's just kind of there. Also, Low Ceiling's pretty good too. But next up, though, we got Rainier Fog or Rainier Fog, or I don't know. It's named after the Washington Mountain, Rainier Fog or Rainier Fog, however you pronounce it. This is going to A tier. I actually love this album from The One You Know to All I Am. It does have a little bit of a sludgy part in the middle that gets a little boring, but not nearly as bad as like The Devil Put Dinosaurs Here. But the personal standouts for me goes to The One You Know, the title track, Red Giant, Fly, and Never Fade and All I Am. Never Fade is actually my personal favorite track on here. A very touching tribute to Chris Cornell and Lane Staley. I love that song. That's like a 10 out of 10. Like, if this whole album was like Never Fade, this would actually surpass Black Gives Way to Blue. But sadly, it's not. But it is still a very good record. Strongly recommend checking. Like, basically, start with these two. Start with this album, this EP. Then go here to these two albums. Then go here to these two albums. That's how I would recommend to get into this band. But that should do it. Drop your own Alice in Chains rankings in the comments below. I would greatly appreciate that. Also, remember to like and subscribe if you haven't already. I would greatly appreciate that. And everyone, have a great day. Gates of Aries, signing off. Take care, everyone.